almost done in the IRC, so we should be getting started here very shortly.
Oh boy. This should be a good race.
Alright, link start. We've got a big old 20. Could it have been anything else? Alright, looks like both runners are heading towards the castle. They'll be taking out the, taking the uncle route up here. I see people do this sometimes. I do this too. You kill a guard, that enables the tree pull here, so you can get an early prize pack. And you can just kind of check out the uncle in the escape sequence here. Being in open mode, they have the option of starting at Link's house or at Sanctuary, and they don't have to do the whole Zelda rescue sequence, but all the items that would be there are still there, so they still gotta go over there and grab them if they want to get them. Not finding much but money right now, but that's alright. When did this start? About 104 seconds ago. That's not right. That's not how time works. Though I am liking the sync. Going through like pretty much the entire escape thing there with Uncle and running out of Sanctuary. They are neck and neck. I mean, I guess there really hasn't been much to differentiate between the two runners right now.
Mikan, are you deciding the race already? Is that what it sounds like?
They're neck
Is that
and
what I'm
neck,
hearing
dude.
from you? This is anyone's game. Oh man.
I got my camera ready.
I missed it. What was our tier 1 triple? Did you get that? I'm assuming it was arrows. Okay. I should have just looked up at their items and put it. Well, yeah. Anything in the lumberjack cave? Just a green rupee. Move along. And I'm assuming. I see we haven't gotten a map check either yet.
For a second, I thought we actually had the same feed on both screens, and I was just like... I actually wish that was the case. I still would have commentated the same way, in fact. More arrows.
Hugh, with a huge rupee count lead, you know. That right there is the difference maker. Oh, and the boomerang! Let's keep talking about this difference maker.
Well, actually, really go pick up those arrows?
You know,
Oh, he's expecting the bow soon, that's right.
Yeah, he's like sending positive energy. He's like, alright, if I get these arrows, you're gonna give me a bow soon. Well, I guess the nice thing about getting the boomerang at this point is, you know, without a weapon, it works as a pretty good stun option, or like attack option of comboing boomerang with bombs if you want to be cheeky and take out, you know, go through Hyrule Castle at this point, at this stage of the race.
Yeah, the stun prize is definitely is something to look forward to as well. Or this early in the game, it can actually be really beneficial, getting that extra money, or perhaps finding a reliable bomb drop.
Speaking of beneficial, that's I was looking for the word that you just said, but the blue tunic out of the back of the tavern.
You see that amazing deal from the bottle vendor?
100 rupees for a net gain of 200 rupees. It's a beautiful deal.
Oh my
Only that
gosh.
existed in real life. Oh man, going for the chicken clip. I'd say that was like maybe a 10%, 5%. Oh no, that was a 0%. He didn't even stay in the wall.
Oh, he got out? Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Chicken.
Now players need to remember to validate their run by getting the chicken clip. I'm just kidding. I'm not even gonna finish that.
They gotta go back in there later, yeah.
You gotta go back in there and try again. Except, can't bomb that hole again. You know, go ahead and just restart the whole game at this point. Oh, look at that. You know, that's such a frustrating scenario. It's like, I don't have bombs, so I'm gonna go buy bombs. And then the first chest you get in the bottom of the well is bombs.
Happens every time.
Every time. We also got a sword, which is nice. So that thing I was talking about earlier, never mind. Doesn't matter. We got a sword, whatever. But we will be able to see these stunned enemy drops relatively soon now.
Yeah, I'm kind of an advocate of going the southern route, where the bombs are in the bushes in the grove, just so you don't have to feel frustrated about finding bombs. in the first chest after you buy some. It makes me feel better, and that's what's important. Alright, Blind's Hut not looking too hot right now. Come on, one more shot. Nope, nothing. Where did Futon get all these extra rupees from? Holy moly. That seems like... Oh, right. Of course, Hugh hasn't bought the thing yet. Never mind. I'm paying attention, I promise. Hi, everybody.
There they are. So yeah, only a 25 rupee difference, which that equates to like 1 extra bush crab that I think Futon visited or took advantage of. No, that's not the right term.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Ooh, lamp sitting there on the library ledge. So hopefully that is indication of very early boots. Both of them did do the bottle vendor, yes. They spent 100 rupees to receive 300, which is a lot better than it usually is, let me tell you. Usually they work to make you much more poor than you were, but in this case, it was actually pretty nice.
Are we about to see a Houlihan out of Hugh? Because I can't imagine why else he would be coming over here. A Houlihan? Looks like it. Now this will get him over the 500 rupee threshold that he'll need to fake flipper to Zora. You don't see it very often these days, because a lot of times players just opt to hope that they find enough rupees along the way, but I still think Houlihan every now and then is worth having. And is that our first map check? Wow, really both Pyramid Fairy Crystals, Hera and Eastern,
really?
And a pendant at Desert.
That's mighty interesting. This actually happened to me just earlier. The same thing. Oh man, they must be playing my key sanity seed.
I don't remember the last time I've seen like both Pyramid Fairies in the Light World. It's pretty rare. This also kind of tells you the potential of that location, but we're still a little bit ways away from even thinking about that. But we are seeing a bit of a route divergence with Futon going to Sahasrara, finding his Zora money, so therefore Houlihan not being really unnecessary at this point in the race.
Yeah, I imagine Who will be doing the fake flippers right after checking out Ice Shroud Cave. If he's farming the money this early, he's definitely banking on going there very soon.
This is a pretty interesting play coming out of Futon, seeing him take the Sahasrara Eastern route prior to going to South Shore. We'll see if we'll find like a bow along the way in like Mini Moldern Cave.
I suppose it's likely that they will come here to check things anyway.
I think, Eastern Palace is one of those, like, quote-unquote Sphere Zero locales that don't have any requirements to get to, so you pretty much just treat it like the overworld. The only time is when it gets different, you have to think about it differently is when you start doing those dark rooms.
Maybe he's hoping his affinity for this bow will come in handy here.
Who knows, maybe you'll find those boots, like, in the big chest, or something.
There's our Mooper.
Here's our master.
Oh, man.
Whew.
That World Hype Cave paying off.
Yeah, right? Moon Pearl, Flippers, and a Master Sword. You bet. I can guarantee that he was going to be going around and checking out all of Zora's domain like Hylia.
Oh yeah, no need for that fake flipper anymore. We can do the fake flake flippers. Those are pretty good.
It's just, it's that muscle memory. You just kind of... You always got to go for it. You got to go for the fake flippers. It's the best. Now, at this point... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I have accidentally done that before. You just start swimming and then you get on the shallow water and just kind of... What the heck? Why'd I stop moving?
The worst is if you're like mashing buttons and one of the buttons happens to be your Y button or whatever, so you just start dropping bombs.
Blue potion, yeah.
Right. Alright, so far, Eastern Palace not really holding any value for Futon yet, other than information, which is, you know, invaluable in this game.
More places to check? Oh no.
Just 50 rupees, so I think at this point, Armos is gonna have the last item, maybe? It's either that or he has a dungeon map.
Yeah, I haven't seen which, the item count quite yet.
So he's going to be knocking out these dark rooms. Let's see how he does. And yeah, we're still looking for quite a few items left. I mean, to get into the dark world, we're still looking for at least a glove and a hammer, or 2 gloves. But yeah, we still don't have Death Mountain access. We still don't have Desert Palace access, so there's a lot of stuff still on the table.
More money, holy moly, dude.
Yo. Houlihan is dead. Just put it out there. Houlihan is dead.
Well, he's gonna be spending all of his money here shortly, or at least half of it, I guess. Not really all of it. Yeah, the waterfall area is looking pretty good right now. We'll be getting, what, 4 more items up here still. And looks like Eastern Palace did come up empty. There was a map in that last chest, so I believe Armos is going to have something, but it might be quite a while before we can find out what. Alright, into the waterfall. There are the boots! Oh, baby.
Boots and shield, so that... Oh my gosh.
Well,
so, we have Dark World access with the trip through Egg
Oh,
Tower.
Interesting.
Yeah. Just gotta grab that lamp, and then the party can get started.
Now, I would say they could... I mean, typically you could try to fake Flipper to maybe break that sequence, but, I mean, that was part of the sequence this time, so they're not gonna have that luxury.
Right? You get all excited, like, oh, sweet, I'm gonna do some fake Flipper so I can skip back at... Oh, that's part of the... Okay. Well, never mind. This is my life now.
Now, do you think the runners are going to check every last thing they can? I'm talking like Agina's cave, maybe, before just biting the bullet and going right into Aghanim.
Well, here's the thing. We still haven't seen any of Hyrule. And with that lamp as well, you know, they could possibly get like a small key along the way, which would take them through the entirety of Hyrule Castle.
That is
so
true.
There's
there
a
is
good
a lot
chance
still.
We could still find our answer down there, but at the same time, we're still like, we're still missing a few too many items. So what I would probably do is skip back in his cave, go do Hyrule Castle, and then if I don't find what I need, Death Warp, and then go do Aga Tower.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. That seems pretty good. I don't like going down to Agina. It's definitely a walk, but at least they have the boots to go down there if they really want to.
The only thing is like, even if they get to the pyramid, what are their options? Like, all they can do is go to Pod. They need, like, the hook shot or something to get to West Dark World at this point. So...
Yeah, without the gloves, that definitely rules out Catfish.
I mean, with the logic change, you know, Palace of Darkness could have the next items that they need. It could be opened up, you know, relatively completely with even without the bow. So that is, you know, that's a possibility, but it's pretty slim. I feel like we're gonna find like a hook shot, or even maybe like a glove or something, just to extend this time in the light world a little bit longer.
Sure, a glove would definitely give them access to Death Mountain, and the hookshot would give them access to the west side of Dark World, once they do complete Aghanim.
Oh, and there's that small key. So they will be able to go through the entirety of the Hyrule Castle in one go.
Yeah, all the way to the back. You can normally access that very early if you can get some gloves just to push the grave aside, but you're not always able to do that.
Oh man, it looks like Futon is also gonna be skipping Ice Rock Cave this time. I wonder if he'll double back or just go for the commitment into Aga Tower.
There's the boo!
Oh god. Oh, that hurts. John's not gonna like seeing that. But
Yeah.
there's
Alright.
the bow that he wanted. It was in the file name, so he should be excited.
Man, an early bow. Now you kind of want to go into pod even more.
Exactly. This would just send you straight into pod afterwards.
You'll be able to complete all of it except the boss. So I think that's probably worth it, especially at this point whenever you know you're going to be able to get, what, at least 4 items there. You just have to take this small detour through Aghanim's Tower, I guess.
Yeah, he was setting up the death warp. Man, I wonder what Armos is holding then.
Nice double
Nice.
bomb. I like that.
Yeah, that was good. So are we going to see a double death warp?
Double death warp
If-
with double bombs.
If at the
Oh.
end of Escape he doesn't find anything, he's like, oh, I gotta go back to the beginning of Hyrule Castle and go up to do Agate Tower.
If you die at the very end there, does it actually send you back to the very start of the castle?
I would assume so. I don't know where else it would send you.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. If you fall in there...
If you
Like
fall
from the
in,
grave?
it'll put you where you fall in.
Oh,
But
okay.
If you're coming from the back of or the beginning of Hyrule, a
Sorry.
single hey, just for that bow, you know.
It's for the bow. Now he's 21 shots.
Dude, he's 16 minutes in and he's already got the bow that he's gonna use to kill Ganon. Perfect. Or bow and single arrow. Everybody's favorite meme.
Wow. He didn't want anything from that rat spin attack. I think that's a little excessive. Alright, what is hidden back here? Of course it's 300. Ooh.
A book. Well, we found our way of extending their time in the light world a little bit longer, and unfortunately, they're not going to be able to like complete the dungeon without the gloves. But you know, you're talking about 4 more items that they can get.
Right, and that's why I like the idea of going to finish up Eastern first, just in case that last item happens to be the gloves.
Yeah. And actually, for Hugh, this is his first time over in this area, so
Oh man, lucky him. Yeah, he knows he can fully complete this.
talk to Sahasrara, please. We want to know. Where's that green pendant? Go on, do it. He's not doing it. See Futon's frustration when he gets his bow.
He kind of looked back and forth a little bit there. Like, was I really the bow?
What do I do?
Did my prophecy come true?
I'm surprised Futon didn't grab that magic there. He has his boomerang out. I mean, we don't need magic right now, but still.
You can cast that sweet ether spell anytime.
Right? I'm surprised none of them decided to freeze the guard to toss at
Throw
this
with the
guy.
ball and chain.
Oh, well, look at this. Futon, not even going to be setting up the death warp.
He's not gonna find his single arrow.
I'm assuming he's probably going to go ahead and go back to Eastern now. Which it's going to cost if that's the choice he's making. It's going to okay. No, he's going for either that was just a save and quit out to go back to check the rest of Escape or go to Agate Tower. I guess it's a little bit faster than setting up a death warp with that blue mail.
Yeah. I can't imagine he'll be doing Agate Tower right now. He's gonna begrudgingly go back to EP. I can only assume.
Mm-hmm. He'll probably go to Desert first, but yeah, could you imagine if like the Armos Knights are holding the glove or something?
Man, oh man, it's still possible to avoid this Aghanim seed that
Mm-hmm.
obviously looks like.
But that's such a huge commitment to do Agate Tower.
It really is. There's a lot of other things they can do right now, so I definitely don't blame them for delaying it.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, like they have a Master Sword, they have a bow, but that's still, like, that's not the most... Like, if they had, like, a fire rod or a tempered sword or even silver arrows or something, it would make clearing each of the rooms a little bit quicker.
Yeah, the ball and chain guards in there are pretty tanky.
Mm-hmm. Or if they had at least, like, Quake or something, so they could just use Quake on the ball and chain guys to knock them out quick. Now, there is a really nice setup with the Master Sword where you can get a double spin on the ball and chain guys at the beginning.
Oh yeah, where they kind of recoil against that rail and stay there. Yeah.
Just kind of have to sit stationary for a second as they walk towards you slowly, all menacing like. All right, Futon, what's the play?
Desert
Gonna go
time.
to desert. All right. Well, you know, we could find both items that we need in desert, or Agana, or desert ledge, or you know, we could find non-progression items but still good items.
Both of desert items. It's gonna be both the hammer and the gloves right down here. Just to watch, or the gloves and the gloves.
Double gloves.
I've seen it happen. Who knows?
I've seen, yeah, same. I had a Skull Woods that had both gloves in it. One in the like vanilla big key location, and then one in the fire rod section. I was like, oh my gosh! All right, never skip on Skull Woods. But that seed happened to be extremely linear.
All this money, holy cow, dude. They've bought Zora's item and have over 1,000 rupees still. Wait, have they bought Zora's item? Did you buy Zora's item?
Did he buy what?
Zora's item?
Yeah, they both did.
Okay. You still have this much money. This is crazy, dude.
I think we got all
There's
the
our
300s.
glove.
Oh man. Okay, well, all of a sudden, you know, now that opens up Death Mountain as well. Now watch this. Watch Armos have, like, the hammer or the other glove.
The other glove, I love it.
Oh man, just hitting the wrong Armos Knight. Not gonna be able to get the quick kill.
Ooh, Flute's not bad. That is Death Mountain access. I mean, of course, they're about to get their glove, so it's a little redundant.
Ooh, you know, I wonder... Well, now he's gonna go and activate that. I wonder if he's gonna go Flute up to Death Mountain first, or Flute over to Desert first. Man, so many items in the Light World. What is going on?
All good stuff lying around.
Usually you just get your Dark World access, and then the rest is, like, out there. This is a weird seed.
So if both gloves... If there's another glove here in Desert, I mean... That might give them access to Mire. Well, yeah, they have the boots. Just far off speculating here. Alright, good. It was rude to speak during the duck anthem, so I'm glad I kind of stayed silent there. Alright, Desert, what do you got? Yeah, he was going right up to Death Mountain. Very nice. And the mirror is hiding out in Desert Palace. Well, there's your Hera access. And that also gives them access to the Ether Tablet up there as well. Oh man. So, yeah, he's just gonna go up there and take out Lanmolas, I assume. I think he only got one item, which was the mirror, so I definitely would not blame him for, yeah, he's gonna go in there and finish it off. Yeah, the entirety of all the Light World dungeons are accessible right now. So we will be getting Crystals 5 and 6 before even going in the Dark World.
Oh my gosh. And then could you imagine... You know, by that logic, we still might have to do Agate Tower. And then... Maybe
Open
not
up.
to... Well, Well, because then that would allow the Pyramid Fairy to have access if they don't find the hammer.
Right, so whatever's in there could lead to the hammer, if not the hammer itself.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Hugh, going to the Desert Palace, he'll be grabbing his glove and his mirror, and potentially something sitting here on Land Moles, which we're about to find out. Pretty good spin attack, bouncing off one into the other. Can't complain about that. Man, not having the fire rod or one of the rods, you know, or like silvers, makes you really... It makes the fight seem really hectic in the sense that there's got to be something better I could be doing to fight these things.
I mean, he might as well be using the bow. It's there. You know, just throw out some NMG strats. No big deal.
Wow, nothing in desert. Or, well, nothing from the boss, rather.
Yeah. So Mirror was in here, and then Glove was on the ledge.
Yes.
So, that's still some value. And who knows, this could be a silly pedestal seed. You never know.
Alright, saving quitting out. Man, he needs to get back to EP, but I think he's gonna go up to Death Mountain with that glove he found. Yeah, that's gonna cost him a little bit of time compared to, you know, just flying up there. That's pretty convenient. And I think Hugh's already been up there, and there's, yeah, there's nothing, is there? Oh, well, of course he has Hera access. What am I talking about? He's gonna go to Tower of Hera. Unfortunately, he needs to get back over to Eastern Palace right now. I think once he sees that he got one of the 5-6 crystals, he's gonna see, oh, I should go get the other one in Eastern Palace too. So I don't think this flute's gonna elude him for too long.
Yeah, because the thing is, the flute, unless they find, like, the glove in Hera to not only go to the Dark World, but to go to, like, Mire. Like, let's say that, like, the hammer's in the Mire area or something. You know, then he'll need the flute. Right now, the flute, not having the flute doesn't really hurt him that much right now, other than just slowing down his routing options, or, like, his movement abilities, his capabilities. He could be going faster.
If he had the cape, he could have some capabilities.
Don't even start. That was good.
Not even 30 minutes yet.
I approve.
There's still plenty of time. Oh, yep, you should probably check Spectacle Cave just to be sure. You're gonna get a map check, maybe? Nah, whatever. But he will be grabbing what is on the Ether Tablet here. While Hughes goes into his Land Moles fight. Look at all those arrow shots. There were like 3 sticking into him. Nothing from the Ether Tablet, just some bombs, so surely Hera's gotta have something. This is where they want them to go. How long are they gonna drag out the Aghanim Seed? And Hugh grabbing his disappointment. Well, you never know. Might come in handy, but what are the odds of that? Alright, into Aghanis Cave, which I think was just more money. Good. He'll be breaking 1,300 now.
So yeah, despite the fact that Futon is the first one up into the Hera area, you having a little bit of a lead, being able...
Wow. That was rude.
That's really rude. What a jerk. Here, take your $50 and go. Sure, you feel even worse about doing Houlihan Room. Hugh is in a bit of the lead, having completed all of Eastern Palace and gotten the crystal out of there. So, but fortunately, if like, let's say Flute doesn't really play a big part yet until like later. Let's say Meyer, I feel like Meyer's gonna end up being a pendant. But oh, hey, Tempered Sword, that'll make Agate Tower quicker. There we go.
Probably not the progression item he wanted, but hey, you can't complain.
Who knows? Maybe Futon will. Okay, well, I stand corrected. So, Pendant Skull, Pendant Thieves, and Crystal the rest. So, we need a lot more items all of a sudden.
Wow, yeah. Green Pendant, Skull Woods, and then Thieves is blue. Yeah, we already know 5 and 6, so... Alright, spin the slash, it's all it's gonna take for Waldorm, but... Oh no, gets bounced off. Get back up there, show him the business end of your carrot sword. Probably sounded more menacing in my head. Oh no! Oh no. He's thinking to himself. He's thinking to himself, I should have activated the switches to get those health pots.
Don't do it. I got my whistle. I'll do it. Do it again.
Alright, there's a spin. Just a slash. Come on, come on. No, 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 no!
That's 3! Futon, please.
This is like the reverse hat trick, right?
Yeah. If this was gonna go up on YouTube, this play some Yakety Sax music and throw up this moment, this highlight. There we go.
Whew. Wow, that's the first item I think, right? There's something in the basement.
What's that?
I guess we'll find out. Oh, of course, the Tempered Sword here. Never mind. There's nothing downstairs.
Well, that's good. No tile room, but hey, look. So we have any options left? Honestly, Futon could go to Eastern now, thinking that, oh, what if the hammer's there?
Yeah, but wait, he's gonna restrict tank.
He's going, yeah.
Oh,
Can you believe
no.
it? 32 minutes in, and you're finally now doing Agate Tower. Like, you checked all these locations, and you still have to do Agate Tower. Like, that's brutal.
That's really unfortunate, but I guess I don't understand not finishing Eastern Palace. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. It's one item. It's way out of the way.
But it's
he might be thinking, Pyramid Fairy hammer could be in Pyramid Fairy. It depends. How far ahead is he thinking? And he has the bow. He can go do pod and just mirror and finish Eastern right then and there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That since he has the mirror right now, he probably will just do that. Okay, that does make sense.
Because here's the thing: he still doesn't have these players still don't have hookshot or any means of getting to west side of Dark World. So pod is still definitely the play that they're going to make once they go into the Dark World.
You have access to the catfish now, though, with the gloves, so they didn't have before.
That's true.
But do you really want to go there instead of pod? I guess that is the question. Yeah, Hughes is gonna be hopping in right behind him, though Hughes obviously having the advantage of having Eastern Palace already done. He won't have to do the whole pod shuffle at the end of that. Well, I mean, they gave it the good old try, trying to get past having to do Aghanim, but it just wasn't meant to be. Yeah, if that hammer ends up being a Pyramid Fairy, they're definitely going to be happy about that, but they don't have access to the bomb shop quite yet. What's that lumberjack? There is a shiny $1 rupee sitting on that lumberjack ledge, which they will absolutely be able to grab.
We got the greenest of rupees. over in that lumberjack. Like that's like you got your normal green rupees. This one's like a polished turd of a green rupee. Sorry, a polished. It's very shiny. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Someone asked in chat if you can get to the big bomb house without the hammer. You can, however, you will need the Titan's mitts in order to do so.
Correct.
Or I suppose in this case, the hook shot will also work if they can cross the river with that.
Mm-hmm. So by completing Agate Tower, you open up the Hyrule Castle portal. And with the mirror in hand, you can grab the bomb, mirror, and then walk up, go through the portal, and that puts you right at the pyramid. It's a little convoluted, and it's a rare situation to be in. So I'm kind of anticipating a hook shot in Palace of Darkness at this point. Or, we could get the best thing of all and just find the hammer in there. Or even Titan mitts. Titan mitts would be good too.
I don't know, the hammer is going to unlock so much for him. It'll unlock East Death Mountain and the west side of Dark World. But I guess the hookshot would also do both of those, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the hammer would be a lot more convenient, that's for sure.
Oh, mitts would be nice for that whole mire area check. And who knows, this could be like a Kana Samari and Mire scenario. We've seen that.
Every day?
Every day.
Happens all the time.
How many bluebells we got now? I've seen like 2 or 3 already.
2 or many, I think. Too many. At least we get some entertaining sword slashes to the music. You gotta occupy yourself somehow.
Mm-hmm. It's a very fun, interesting fight, for sure.
I can tell Futon is doing it too.
That's great.
I love it.
You kind of see him doing it, like, almost in sync.
Alright, there is something over here on the east side of Dark World. What is it? And where is it? There's only like 3 locations it can be. If you count Pod as one location, I suppose. Oh, well, there's silvers. Can't complain about that.
Yeah, that's a nice find. Usually if you get early silvers, it means, like, you're not getting a good sword until, like, super late, but this is the opposite of that.
Yeah, they're pretty decked out already. Looks like he will be doing catfish first before heading down to Pod.
Catfish is just, it's such an awful location. Because
it's out of the way no matter where you go.
Mm-hmm. And the only times you can really, like, use it efficiently if you can route in the Zora check combo. But since we've already done Zora, like, this is just a single item location. Alright, you're gonna be picking up their silvers. I wonder if they'll make the catfish play or just head straight into Pod. I'd say in this version, if you have the bow and you have the lamp, Pod's a good play.
For sure. Oh, well, red mail.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was worth coming all the way up here for, but at least it's better than 20 rupees. Yeah, he's going right.
When you only have 7 hearts, I'd say it's a good thing to have.
Oh, I guess you're right, huh?
It's a very unhealthy seed so far.
Yeah. If we're getting into the Dark World dungeons, a lot of the traps in these dungeons are going to be doing a full heart, regardless of what armor you have, so I suppose you might as well mitigate what you can. Yeah, the catfish can be a man. He brought the mail.
Ooh,
Though,
good thing
it was kind of red. It might have been a bill.
Life is not a video game. Come on. Are bills usually bright red with like a purple stamp?
Yeah, that's what they have. That's how you know they're bad. It's because they're...
It's like a purple stamp with an eggplant on it. The other convenience is having the mirror going through Pods, so despite the fact that they won't be able to complete it as of right now, they can at least route it conveniently using that mirror, so we can avoid any sort of stupid death warps in this dungeon.
I got that early bow, and it doesn't even force the bow locked pot on them.
I know, right?
But there's got to be something over there in those 2 chests.
There's just gotta be. Well, let's see how these players route this. There's a pretty standard way. I think Hugh is doing the standard way right now. If you get a small key, then you go ahead and check this, hop down, and then do the whole right side.
Yeah, this is how I enjoy doing it. No, there's a lot of things, and by a lot, I mean a couple. The hammer can be here, the hookshot can be here, the titansmiths can be here, or something leading to those, like the shovel or the mushroom. But nothing turning up so far. About to get over to these bullocked chests. Ooh, the big key. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There's got to be something in that big chest. Yeah, without that hammer, without that hammer, you got to mirror back and go the long way. I mean, at least they have the mirror. That's an annoying walk back if you gotta go back through that conveyor belt room just to get back this way. They can actually access the Pyramid Fairy with the hookshot as well. It's just a really long walk in order to do so. They'd have to hookshot across the bridge, the broken bridge, near where you would go to the catfish. You get all the way down to the bomb shop, and then you can.
I'm still thinking we're gonna get a hookshot or something out of this.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, that's what I wanted. So our players are still going to have to do that ridiculous trip to the bomb shop.
That's so funny.
Like I would love to see them do that like immediately after, you know, hitting a brick wall here.
That's gonna be such a long walk, and there's so much in the way that they'll be able to check as well on the way there.
But look at that, like you get your cape to check Bumper Cave, then you get your hookshot. So it's pretty convenient. Like the game's like kind of laying out a path for you, and they're just saying follow this path. So honestly, I would probably just like avoid Skull Woods, avoid Thieves Town for now, and just route all the way down to Hype Cave, because they can check a lot of stuff along the way. You know, even do maybe the frog tour. Can you bring the frog into Pyramid Fairy? I think you, yeah, you can.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah. And
now,
this will also work out for Futon, because he'll be able to activate his flute after he goes back, beats Eastern, while he's running over there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he will be able to do that, won't he? Ooh, but is he going to do it right? Yeah, he'll do it right now. It's a crystal. Of course he will. So, if you've beaten Aghanim 1 and have the mirror, doing a save and quit in the Dark World will actually put you on the pyramid, and I believe that is a little bit faster than what he's doing right now.
Yeah, that is true. It's funny, because like most of the time players do it by accident, and then they complain about it. Yeah, and then when you could do it in an advantageous way, you don't do it. It's like, oh, man. Now, the other thing to think about is you just got the hookshot. You know what else the hookshot could be used for? East Death Mountain.
Swamp Palace?
Yes. I was mostly referring to East Death Mountain. Swamp Palace is, if you want to check that one chest,
wow.
This is that seed.
What does that say about me that I thought about Swamp Palace first?
You expect the worst.
No.
Oh, man. But yeah, East Death Mountain. I mean, all you can check is Paradox Cave and the Spiral Cave, and see what's on the floating island. So, I'm sure... Oh god, it'd be funny if the logic was like, yeah, actually, you were supposed to go up and do East Death Mountain. That's where the hammer is, guys. I gave you the hook shot. What are you doing? No, don't go to West Dark World. Go to East Death Mountain.
They just had so much open to them at once. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's kind of the problem about these scenarios where the entire logic funnels you down to that one item, and then all of a sudden, boom. Where are you gonna go now? Like all of a sudden you have everything open to you. And especially like if you find like the hammer or the Titan Mints or the hook shot. Yeah, we're gonna be able to see King's Tomb, North of Graveyard, Bumper Cave. I'm curious to see if Hugh is gonna go ahead and pop into some of these dungeons, like Skull Woods. Because you never know, the game logic could be just filling items in a row, and it's like, okay, we'll put a few things here, we'll put some stuff here, we'll drop some stuff at the beginning of Skull Woods. Maybe we'll get a fire rod along the way, and then he could just... Well, it is a pendant, though. Oh,
what the heck?
come on, game.
I'll turn that in right now.
I know, right?
Not that far.
Futon getting his flute.
Yeah,
and
he's got to walk all the way back, or I guess run, back to town to turn that in. Well, no, I guess he doesn't have to, does he? He can just.
Let's see if he remembers the save and quit to go on top of the pyramid. Oh wow, we got Gold Sword already. Jeez. Save and quit. Save and quit. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you mirror like right outside of Palace of Darkness to go into Eastern, when you go back, it'll just, since you're only hitting the top of the portal, it'll just suck you right into Pod. That's when that happened. So you gotta walk down a couple paces.
He's also walking back.
It's okay. You know, it's one of the things that you rarely utilize in a convenient way. So I would assume neither player is even thinking like, oh man, I could save and quit and be on top of the pyramid.
It's true, it's true. There's only a big 20 up there on Bumper Ledge, which is a little unfortunate. Man, it's just dragging them along. Hey, here's your starter kit to go over here and check this item. By the way, it's not.
Well, at the same time, you know, that cape will probably come in handy later. You know, Laser Bridge, since T-Rock is a crystal, or Spike Cave once we find the hammer.
All right.
There's another big 20.
Hugh is dipping into Skull Woods here, already finding the first item. Yeah, how far do you want to go in here? Well, the ice rod. Hey.
That's a good find.
Okay, that's like about as far as they want to go.
Yeah, that's like the worst item to be your go mode item, because it could be anywhere.
Anywhere.
It's awful.
Oh, the mummy got free. The one that's usually stuck on the bumper.
The one that's bouncing back and forth?
I feel like he ran up to that chest, realized he had both items, and just left it. Yep, he's gone. He will not be coming back here, unless he decides he really wants that green pendant, I guess.
Well, that's pretty convenient to be able to find both items immediately.
Oh, for sure.
Futon picking up his gold sword. Gold sword, red mail, silver arrows. Now we just need the riot shield and then we're in.
With their, what, 7 hearts?
Yes. All the hearts are hidden away in...
There's one now.
That's the wrong... Mikon, that's the wrong heart. Come on. Come on! No time for games. But hey, look, it looks like Hugh is going to be making both the plays into the dungeons. He's going to do it.
Play and a half.
He's going to do it. I'm not wrong.
There's the other invincible item.
Nice.
Not only did that cape tease them, it ended up being useless. But whatever.
Well, which do you prefer? Do you prefer cape or do you prefer Burna?
You know what? It depends on the situation. If I'm doing Spike Cave or the Laser Bridge, and I'm being a baby on the Laser Bridge, I will use Burna because you get more mileage out of it.
That's true. I mean, I guess it depends on you know, Burna is obviously the best choice for like Thieves Town, Blind Fight, or if you're doing like Master Sword or even Tempered Ganon. Mostly Master Sword because you can't. Or no. While the opposite is true for Ganon, you want to use the cape because you can't charge a sword when you're using Burna.
Yeah, that's right. So they are slightly different in that regard. So they're not exactly the same item. Wow, that mushroom was also a tease. What an awkward mini right there. Trying to get that flute, but there's a big hole where Bombos isn't.
Dude, menuing is hard.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, looks like Futon is also making the play straight into Skullwoods. It's a quick check. The last thing you want to do is get burned by not checking dungeons along the way, especially when, you know, it's in your path. But I still think Pyramid Fairy is going to have the answer.
Yeah, when you have such early and easy 5-6 crystal dungeons, I mean, you can't not think that.
Mm-hmm. Futon, what are you doing? You already got both items. Oh, he's checking the pedestal.
Oh, baby.
This is big. Oh man, he could have picked up those 10 arrows that he got.
Wow, what a routing error.
I know. What a blunder. He'll remember this forever. And we got another fetch quest item, powder. But, you know, and our first bottle. Wow. So, we got more options of, like, junk we could check. Just cash.
I'm sad, dude. That could have been Samaria. That could have been the hammer, even. Right? I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That could have been a big play. You know, almost an hour into the race. You're missing a few key items that could be on the pedestal. I think it's a safe check. Yes, it costs a little bit of time, but people win races by early pedestal checks, often.
That is true.
And he proved me wrong, because I thought he was going to go into that middle area to go check that chest. I'm like, Futon, you already have both the items. What are you doing?
Joke's on you.
I got bamboozled.
Alright, so Hugh not only dipping in with Thieves Town, he's doing the entire dungeon. The entire Pendant Dungeon. I mean, I know people believe that if you go into a dungeon, you finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You do it. You do all of it, and I can definitely understand that. But man, I would be so curious about Pyramid Fairy right now.
Well, the thing is, like, it's another pendant dungeon. We've just been knocking out, like, Skullwoods, pendant dungeon. I mean, we got our Ice Rod, which is important, so... The one thing that's funny, though, that I would love is if the bottle and the powder both just led to more big 20s.
Oh, yeah?
It'd be perfect. I mean, Mushroom was a big 20. What other big 20s have we gotten? Has anyone been counting the big 20s? Like, this is important information. We need to have a big 20 counter on screen, just so we, as commentators, know, so we can commentate on it.
I suppose with that fancy mirror, they'll be able to check both the powder and the sit kit if they want to right now.
Yeah.
They will lose their portal, though, and that's probably not something he wants to do.
Yeah, that's definitely not going to happen. Because of how awful it is to get back to this area in the Dark World, given their certain situation.
Alright, Blind, what do you got? Now, I believe that's 3 items he has right now. So
either a map.
Is the Thieves Town big chest going to haunt him?
Well, it looks like it's going to potentially haunt both players since they're both going for it. Oh, compass. Okay, so
there's something in there. Right?
Futon has his mirror out.
What?
What? What the heck was that?
What?
Why did he keep going just to be like, I want to be in this room to mirror?
I really wanted to do my bird right now. Maybe he'll go back and continue now that he has his bird.
Okay, there's a hard die. You know, that's a little bit better than a big 20. We'll take it. I want to know what's in Pyramid Fairy. Dang it! Racers, please. Yeah, at this point, I mean, if Futon doesn't go back into Thieves Town, he's pretty much caught up.
I would only assume he's not going back in there, considering the mirror. Yeah, he's gone.
Right. I mean, this is a big play.
Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff that is going to be lingering in the back of your mind for the rest of the race. This is why I don't usually half-clear dungeons anymore.
I mean, if you're gonna half clear a dungeon, like Thieves Town is the epitome of dungeons, you know, is the prime example, because it really is a split into 2 parts. It's a 2-part deal. I mean, pretty much like Skull Woods, yeah. And he did get, like, how many items did we get in the first half? Powder, bottle, big key, and I think a 3rd item, maybe. Or map, one of the 2, I don't remember. Anyway, we're gonna keep on going. We're gonna see some Hype Cave coming up, and a Bombos.
Oh, yeah, I suppose this is fine. We're coming up here on, the end of our journey here to the Pyramid Fairy. We've been anticipating since the start of the match.
Right, we've been waiting for like 30 minutes for this moment. So please, guys, don't stop. Don't get distracted. If you get a good item, just keep going. It's fine.
They better go all the way.
They better go all the way. I'm gonna be mad.
Is Footen doing the same thing? Footen?
My boy Footen. Alright guys, I want to see some hype up in chat for this Hype Cave. And at this point in the race, even one progression item, I'd say, is considered hype.
Yeah,
because we're kind of getting to the end of it. Yeah, we're getting to the end of things where, like, these single items are going to be, like, spread out across all these dungeons that we still haven't, like, been in and haven't gotten access to. So, come on. Come on, Hype Cave. Don't let us down.
It's money. Of course it's money.
Of course. Well, I am thoroughly let down.
I am not surprised. Yep, that was my reaction. See ya.
He's dead.
Leave a bomb on his face.
He's dead in real life. Alright. The moment we've all been waiting for. That Pyramid Fairy that we've been waiting for. If this has to be something, or that thing I said earlier about East Death Mountain was actually the answer, and all these guys just got bamboozled.
Oh, showing off some sweet tech there with the hookshot dash with the big bomb.
Yeah, I love seeing that. One thing I need to work on and practice is the bomb teleport, where if you screen transition right as it hits 0, the bomb just teleports back to you. It's a little risky, but they got the rupees, so it wouldn't be a big deal to, like, give it a shot.
Oh boy, here we go.
Moment of truth. Please, give me a Titan Mitts, give me a hammer, give me a fire shield,
A bug
net.
There we go.
There it is. Okay, alright. That opens up a lot of stuff, so.
Oh
Both
man,
players.
alright. That is the
find them at
mire
the same
area.
time.
Yeah, that is all the mire area. That's all of Death Mountain. Well, except for Tower Rock, I suppose.
You electing to do East Death Mountain first. I mean, that's the thing, is by doing all this first instead of going up to Death Mountain, now they'll be able to do it all in one shot, and with the mirror is going to be able to route it even more conveniently. So, do you think the hammer's going to be up here? I feel like it has to be at this point. Either here or Mire, obviously. Or is it actually going to be in Swamp Palace?
Oh.
We can only dream. Oh, baby.
Futon is going into mire. We'll be seeing both sides of this decision at the same time. Looks like mire is... We don't know. It's Quake!
Quake. All right, Quake medallion required. So we need a hammer, a fire rod, a cane, a Samaria, and a Quake medallion. And you're this far in. You still have all those items still to find?
I like those two chests there. I
Pretty
feel like both those chests are the exact same item often for me, is what it feels like.
Really?
Yeah, it's 2 arrow upgrades, or it's 2 full
2 heart containers.
There's the hammer, 2 hammers.
Oh, there's the cane! Wow.
And the fire rod!
And, oh my gosh! Remember all those things that I were talking about? All those items that we were looking for? Well, here's 3 of them. So, at this point, we just need the Quake medallion and whatever medallion we need to get into T-Rock. Now, here's the thing. Futon's gonna be able to do T-Rock when he gets up here, assuming it's either Ether, assuming it's Ether, or he finds the medallion he needs for it while also up here. So, oh no, Futon getting a little stuck by the dead rocks.
You'd absolutely do T-Rock in this situation if you can. I would highly assume him to go in there.
Yeah, just gotta hope that we find the right medallion for it. Well, he's gotta hope. I'm not biased. You're biased.
What'd you call me?
What?
Alright. We're getting our Turtle Rock medallion very shortly here. We'll be able to see if they can go in. Well, Hugh won't be able to go in. He's missing a red cane. It's Ether. Hey, hey.
Oh, there it is. So Futon will be able to do T-Rock. Now, I gotta say, you know, we're probably gonna see like a Quake medallion in T-Rock or something, like maybe in the Chain Chomp room. Oh, and half magic. Dude, this East Death Mountain is ridiculous.
Is that close enough that you take the time to go get it?
Yes.
I think with only a single bottle right now, it wouldn't be such a bad idea.
Let me yell at you for a second real quick.
Okay, hit me.
Remember when they got the hook shot and I said, hey, they should go to East Death Mountain?
You did say that. That was something.
Remember what they found in East Death Mountain?
A hammer and
a hammer and a fire. Because other than half magic and access to T-Rock, the Dark World has been pretty garbage for Death Mountain.
Good thing they didn't find those. They would have been able to finish Skullwoods and the big chest in Thieves Town if they had both those.
I see, but at the same time, you know, you just got the hookshot. You just got access to West Death Mountain. It seems like the better option. But at the same time, because you're like, I want to find Titanite so I can do all of this that they're doing now all at once instead of having to make a second trip up to Death Mountain. But at the same time, like Death Mountain, it's a pretty quick check compared to doing that full route, Skullwoods, Thieves Town. And let's think for a minute. What if that Thieves Town big chest ends up holding that Quake medallion?
Oh my gosh.
Who's going to go back and check that? How long is it going to take?
It's like a while. They have like the everything unlocked right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, I mean, other than, you know, Meyer, of course. There's a green potion. Well, good thing he got that half magic. Yeah, they both did take the small detour to grab that half magic. Alright, Futon will luckily be checking out the rest of these things here. I like the routing here that you can do with both the mirror and the mitts at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta hop down to do Spiral Cave regardless. And it's gonna work out convenient for him because he'll have that portal up there and then he'll be like, oh, I can do T-Rock. Well, he doesn't need the portal. Did he actually check T-Rock before he did checked half magic?
I think he did. He peeked at it, and then he mirrored to check it, and then went into Hookshot Cave, I think? Maybe?
Okay.
Maybe that was the other person? I don't know.
Oh, now Hugh about to get there, Canis Maria. So now the question is, what do you do?
What
are your options right
now? I can go into T-Rock now.
Do you go back up to T-Rock? Because now we can do Ice Palace.
You can do Ice,
you can do Swamp.
Finish Pod, you can finish Swamp.
We have a lot of options right now.
Everything, every crystal dungeon is fully clearable right now, except Misery Mire. Looks like Pod is the order. Did you just bomb all 3 of those mini?
Nice, and got the switch too. Futon's about to like just die of happiness. Like, bam, fire rod, bam, hammer. He's like, no, I just wanted Quake as well. So here's the thing: where's that Quake medallion? It could be anywhere except for in Mire. And so these players are gonna have to just it's all chance now from here on out. Everything is there's no routing. It's all just gamble, or not even gambles. It's just luck. Like, where's that Quake medallion gonna be? And you know, it's all about. I mean, I guess it could be routing in the sense that it's like, you know, efficient. You know, picking the right dungeons. You know, the ones that either take the shorter amount of time or something. Which ones would you rather go mode? I guess is the real question.
Well, if that's the question, it would definitely have to be Ice and Swamp. So that's why he's in Pod here first. And is he gonna go up to T-Rock though? I don't know about that.
I don't know. Oftentimes players like the ability to, because he could, if he finds Quake, he could go mode T-Rock and then go straight to G-Tower, which, you know, that's like back in the day of version 18, like the last tournament, that was like every single race was always go mode T-Rock, go to G-Tower.
Yeah. Man, well, in this situation, well, maybe not in this specific situation, I like following item chains. Like, my last item I got will lead me to the next one. I love doing that. And it's actually been serving me really well recently in races, but in a situation like this, where you just got Hammer, you just get Fire Rod, and Samaria all at the same time, that screams Turtle Rock to me.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. So I honestly, I mean, it worked out for Futon because he went to the Mire area first, getting that Cadence Mario, which allowed him to hop in here and actually do this dungeon. So if it ends up being in here, then that one choice might decide the entire race, because these guys were pretty much neck and neck going into Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, they both grab it and then they split opposite directions. Now they're both in the exact same predicament.
And that's just the nature of the rando. Nature of the beast.
Rando, the beast. The beast, of course, right now being Helmasaur King, I think he does have an item.
Oh man. What if he has Quake?
If he has Quake.
There'll be a lot of dungeons you can go mode. Like 4 dungeons.
Close.
There's the other one. Close. Green Rupee, everyone's favorite. I hope these players go back and get that other Green Rupee, because, you know, your run isn't validated until you get both Green Rupee. I'm not even gonna finish that statement.
That's what I hear.
My idea is to keep mentioning the word validated to the point that it's lame. Like, you know how like a dad joke kind of thing where they ruin all the fun. That's my goal.
Right.
I want that meme to die. Get it, guys? You hear me?
Man, will it?
I'm just doing my part. All right. The hunt continues for that Quake medallion. Now, he does know that he needs Quake, because he did get that Canis Mari and was in the Mire area.
The Swamp House?
Is this a swamp play?
Ooh.
Futon's got to be careful. He's got red mail, but...
Oh, yeah, those things do 2 hearts, don't they? He's gonna get eaten. Don't get eaten. You have both invincibility. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. I was about to say. Though I can't talk, because I did like 2 races yesterday, and I think I died a collective 3 times to these guys.
Oh, we barely got out of there in time.
Woo!
He does
Shout
have
out to Cainaburna.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the nice thing about Cainaburna, is that it comes out like the first frame that you switch to it, while the Cape has that awful like couple second lag before you can use it.
Oh yeah, I definitely know.
You've seen a lot of people die to that. Like, what? Why didn't it work? I hit the button. I don't know about that Bob must live part. We could leave that part out. I prefer Bob dead.
Huh.
But that's just me.
Look at these 4 anti-fairies here in Turtle Rock. It's like the quad Bobs almost. Bob's like more alive.
It's like a biker gang showing up. It's like the street sharks coming out of nowhere.
Street sharks.
Where is that Quake medallion? This is crazy. Like, anything can happen at this point. So we're just kind of sitting here anticipating, waiting for that Quack medallion to just pop up out of nowhere, and whoever gets it first wins. Like, that's it.
Yeah, definitely. They got so many important progression items at the same time. It's impossible to, like... I mean, how do you gamble this, dude? It's...
And then there's also the scary thing of, you know, we still have that chest in Thieves Town, I think. Pretty sure. Or we have... You know, green pendant at Skull Woods.
Green pendant. Oh no.
We have Batcave as an option too, and Futon actually didn't turn in the mushroom yet, so we don't know about that one. Well, he doesn't know about that one, so he might end up doing that later as well. Oh, what's it gonna be? It's still a Knot and Swamp.
Now, if I had a hat, I would eat it. If the Quake medallion is not in Turtle Rock. I'm pretty confident in this, but it's like impossible to say in this scene. I shouldn't say that right now.
What if you had a hat?
I'm glad I don't have a hat to eat. There it is! It's a Mimic
Cave! Wow. Mimic Cave! And with that, Futon has hit Go Mode. First of the 2 players, he's going to be able to Go Mode Mire, Ice Palace, Swamp, and then just has to go finish Helmassar. So that one choice changed the entire game. That one choice of going to the Mire area first.
When was the last time you got to Go Mode 4.5 crystal dungeons?
Yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's because Hammer was my Go Mode item.
Oh, well, okay then.
And I could have had it like an hour into the race, but I'm an idiot. But it ended up working out.
Yeah, I'll say.
But
Hat survives another day.
Wow, that's insane. It just came down to Mire versus deathFouton for a first choice. I mean, you know, Hugh could have finished Pod and then gone straight to T-Rock, but Futon,
You gotta hit the switch.
Gotta go back. Go back.
He still dodged it, nice.
That's pretty good. Well, he will still have to do the laser bridge, so he's going to go ahead and pick up this magic refill. Are we going to see 4 perfect laser skips from Futon? Or at least maybe as many as he needs to get that small key? Hugh having a very good Argus fight. Gold Sword makes it a little bit easier. 2 spins.
Look at the cape. Well, okay, well, whatever. See ya.
Alright, well.
No,
One quote-unquote perfect laser skip. I'm mostly talking about when you dash to just dodge the laser, but, you know, I'll take the easy way out, whatever. Alright, well, after T-Rock, Futon, what's your first Go Mode dungeon you're gonna take? Oh, he's gonna go back in and check the left side.
Oh no! Well, there's not much more you can hope for. He's already armed to the teeth, man. He's got everything he needs already. This is crazy. Oh, swap. Okay, good.
Like, I don't want to say the race isn't over till it's over, obviously. But because of the location of that Quake medallion, like, it's hard to even humor the idea unless Futon just, like, shuts his game off and goes to bed or something.
Yeah, Hugh will definitely find it eventually, but it's the amount of dungeons he could be go-mowing right now is quite a bit, actually.
Mm-hmm. And Swamp being one of those, like, a very favorable dungeon to go mode.
Where was Quake? Quake was in Mimic Cave. They got access to Samaria, the hammer, and the fire rod at like the exact same time. It was crazy.
Yeah,
And
it came down, which, you know, they could have had, as soon as they got the hookshot and pod, they could have gone up to East Death Mountain and gotten all 3 of those items. Or, no, they could have got 2 of those items, so they could have got the hammer and the fire rod. So maybe it was a better idea that they didn't go up to Death Mountain earlier, because then, you know, they would have probably full cleared Skull, got the green pendant, would have full cleared Thieves Town, which would have just taken a little bit longer, so I don't know. Yeah, what it really came down to was they both were in Pyramid Fairy at the same time. They both got the Titan mitts. Hughbliss went up to Death Mountain first, while Futon went to the Mire area where he found the Cane of Samaria, thus allowing him to go right into T-Rock as soon as he got up here, and then Quake ended up being in T-Rock. So, just crazy odds.
I think if I was in Hugh's shoes, like, that's fun to say, Hugh's shoes. Anyway, and found the Cane of Samaria after all the other ones, I don't know what I would have done.
Same.
Just because I would have felt like the item chains, as I mentioned earlier, did lead me towards T-Rock, but man, I would not want to go all the way back up to T-Rock just to check.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, oh man, if I have to go make the trek all the way back up to Death Mountain, like that's gonna put me behind, and Quake could be anywhere.
Yeah.
So, and it looks like Hugh's gonna be full clearing Ice Palace next as well. So we're gonna see just how huge of a difference it is between, you know, full clearing dungeons and go moding dungeons.
Now, go mode aside, you still gotta wait for this long, stupid little cutscene of this wall moving. Why did they make it so far away? Could have been close like the one in Desert, but man.
Well, that's kind of the thing about Turtle Rock, is that, I mean, if you can go mode it, you might skip just Laser Bridge, but depending on where that big key is, you might have to do most of Laser Bridge anyway. So it's one of the safer bets. It's kind of like Pod. Oftentimes you have to do, or Mire, depending on where the big keys are, is oftentimes you end up having to do those all of those dungeons anyway.
Yeah, and it's the fact that you don't. The poor bomb. Wait, what? Can you throw in that quarter? Nice.
Apparently, that's cool.
It's just climbing the mountain takes a while, and you don't want to have to do it more than you need to. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be the only thing if Quick was in Turtle Rock, only thing even if it wasn't Turtle Rock is what I mean, the only thing he would be doing is an extra trip up Death Mountain. But then again, that's the gamble. Also, nice bomb jump.
Yeah, that was real quick. I mean, I guess it's something worth considering, is like, Swamp and Ice are, in my opinion, the dungeons you'd kind of like save for last. Because it'd make more sense to do the safer dungeons like T-Rock, Pod. They can't do Mire, obviously. But because there's a good chance that everyone's going to have to full clear it, or at least do a lot of it anyway. Like, the difference between full clearing and go mode in Swamp and Ice is insane. It's huge, especially Swamp.
Yeah,
like, it's ridiculous.
I absolutely agree with that.
So it's interesting that Hugh decided to pick these 2 dungeons to do first after
Speaking
finishing
of interesting things by Hugh, where the heck is he going? He's going, oh, I suppose he's going all the way over here first?
Yeah, he's going to do the hookshot route on the right side.
Oh, to find the big key over there, I guess, so he doesn't have to bomb jump to get back to it, maybe? Or he doesn't want to fall down to where Cold Stare is and have to walk back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point, Futon has a tremendous lead. And depending on how... Well, after this, Hugh doesn't have any other choice but to do T-Rock, so... But yeah, that's the thing. That's just the luck of the draw. Like, Quake could have easily been in this next chest that he was about to open up. Quake could have easily been in left side of Swamp Palace, but it just so happened to be in T-Rock, which he didn't have access to the first time he was up there.
The lesson of the day is follow your item chains.
The lesson of the day is don't get unlucky.
Just get lucky, yeah.
Basically. And it's unfortunate. But that's kind of that's what you sign up for. That's when you play Randomizer, you know that there are races I can and will win, and there are races I can and will lose. And you just have to be okay with that. Like, you can have the best execution out of anyone in the tournament and just lose on a 50-50. And you might be able to make up time, but sometimes there's just not enough time to make up.
I don't mean to make merry of his unfortunate situation, but doing Ice Palace full clear here, Hugh did find more rupees.
Oh, that's good. That's very...
We're almost at 1,500. This is ridiculous.
I mean, call me when we get to 2K, right? That's the number I want to see.
That's a lot. I don't think I've seen that before.
I think I've seen it like once or twice. From personal playthroughs, I don't know about in the tournament. Yeah, and I gotta say, Futon did make a few good... I don't know about necessarily gambles, but just choices like skipping the second half of Thieves Town. You know, he didn't go out of his way to turn in the mushroom. I don't think there's anything else really that he did differently other than just that big play that got him to Kano Samaria before going up to Death Mountain.
I did like his Thieves Town route, though. I thought that was pretty unique. Mirroring what he did.
He pulled out the mirror and then kept going. Because I think he needed a few extra steps to like actually make that decision. Because that's a game winner / loser like decision right there. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe Quake could have been on blind. So, but yeah, nice fight, nice cold stare fight out of Hugh. It's a pretty easy fight when you have Fire Rod and Fire Rod over like Bombos. But especially having that gold sword, he goes down pretty quick. Now, with the boots in hand, I wonder if we'll see the quick kill from Futon for these puffs. I saw him do it in his last race, and it looks like we're seeing it again.
He tried. Oh. He got a couple. Dang. That looks so slick when it's done right. If
you want to get that sub 130 in NMG, you gotta learn that. It's basically... That's not necessarily true.
Isn't that like... It's impossible, right? I mean, you just can't do it.
What?
I'm pretty sure. Isn't it like really hard to do? I think it is.
What's impossible to do?
The puff strat, the dash puff strat.
That's I think the top, well, at least some of the top runners have done it in there. How can you say it's impossible? He just did it.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's impossible.
Okay, all right. So that's where we're okay. Well,
for me.
Okay, that little.
Sorry, I guess I missed that part.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, Futon done with Swamp. Gonna be heading over to Ice Palace, and then all he has left to do is the Mire area. And Hugh heading into T-Rock, gonna be getting his Quake medallion halfway through this dungeon and thinking, crud.
Oh, crap. Yeah.
He's probably thinking, it's over. It's done. But you never know. His opponent, he could be thinking his opponent did the exact same thing he did.
That's why you never give up. Even if you think you're behind, you stick at it.
Uh-huh.
You know, just keep doing what you're doing. I remember having a race where it took almost 45 minutes to an hour or so to find the Moon Pearl. This was an entrance randomizer, and of course this whole time I'm thinking, I'm behind, there's no way I'm going to win. And it turns out my opponent never found it at all.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was at the top of Ken's Tower.
That's awesome. And sounds about right.
Entrance rando's scary. Anyway, back to this match. Yeah, go mode Ice Palace, always something you want to do. The difference in speed clearing of that is just absolutely ridiculous. Always learn the bomb jump, do it when you can.
Mhm. I also feel like from these two racers, you got to be thinking, because of that fire rod and hammer location, they're like, what if my opponent got that earlier? Since that was readily available as soon as they got the hook shot.
Oh yeah, before doing all of that stuff on West Dark World.
But at the same time, you know, because of that, a player could have full cleared Swamp at the time, or full cleared, because that pretty much unlocks Swamp and Ice for the players. So who knows?
They both got actually really, I suppose I could say, lucky that they didn't check those things, because they would have they would have checked so much more than they could have, than they already did. Having those items to unlock more and more stuff. So it was actually really convenient that they all came at once. Despite opening up everything at once, it was actually it feels like a pretty good, time saver, right? As long as you pick right. I mean, you could say that about anything. That's kind of a silly thing to say.
Yeah, why are you talking silly stuff? Get out of here.
Random things are random. Alright, Futon, gonna spin. I almost called this guy Trinex. Cold Stare. Tri-Stare into the corner, which unfortunately didn't seem to work, but it worked out. Gold Sword makes quick work of him anyway. And grabs his this is not his last crystal. He still has to do Misery Mire. Another dungeon you really want to go mode. And Hugh will be picking up his Quake Medallion finally.
Yeah, that's kind of the crazy thing, is despite this, like, Hugh is just a Trinex behind.
Oh yeah, he does everything else done, doesn't he?
So kind of impressive. Like,
yeah, that's actually really surprising, isn't it? Wow. Has he made up just a bunch of time? Like, he kept the deficit really small by playing amazingly?
I don't know. I'm actually surprised at how close it is, because he also cleared all of Thieves Town. These guys were neck and neck going into Pyramid Fairy.
What did Blind drop? Blind dropped nothing of importance, I think.
Yeah, Blind had the compass. I mean, the only difference between these two players was one go moding Ice and Swamp, and the other person
Not.
full clearing, and Hugh having to make another trip up Death Mountain to get into T-Rock. So I'm kind of surprised how close it is.
I mean, there's still significant time differences in go moding those dungeons or not, but yeah, I think it is still. Yeah, shows how much we know, I guess.
But yeah, that's another thing to consider, is the fact that because of how the logic played out and the item locations, there was no way of going straight from T-Rock into G-Tower because of that Quake Medallion, so you'd have to make another Death Mountain trip regardless.
Oh, there's a very nice spot to find the big key.
It's my favorite mire. I am a little disappointed to not see any backdoor strats on Trinex from either player, so... And as we all know, that is the key... Like... It's the only way you can validate your run, is with a backdoor Trinex fight. So, you know,
The only way?
the only way.
No other validation in this game?
Nope. Backdoor try next.
I've actually never tried to do that, the Trinex like that, so at some point I would absolutely love to learn how to do that.
It's pretty easy setup with Gold Sword especially, because you can get the 0 cycle out of that. With the Tempered Sword, you actually do 4 slashes on the fire head, and then
4?
hit him again. Yeah, 4. You actually can get in 4 because you bounce off. The knockback into the wall isn't big enough that you can actually hit him 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Or you have to hit him again with the Ice Rod. And then usually what I do is, after I kill that one, you know, swap to the Fire Rod, run over, hit him, the blue guy with the Fire Rod, dash through him, and then just, you know, wail on him a couple more times. I have, however, been seeing players doing backdoor hammer strats, which is even more impressive.
Oh gosh.
I need to pick that one up next. Because, to be honest, Trinex is my favorite boss fight in the entire game. Because of all the different wacky ways you can fight him. Speaking of bosses that you can fight, Vitreous going down, and our players both in the same dungeon at the same time, so this is incredibly close.
Yeah, we're just a go mode mire away from each other, and it was a very fast mire.
We're just a tile room gamble away from a close race.
Speaking of the tile room, boy, if you like numbers, this is the time for you.
Honestly, I can say that I do enjoy a number or two.
Is that so?
Yes.
Well, last race I commentated, I had people put their guesses in the form of math equations. So, I don't want to do that again this time, but is there something else that you could end up
You guys have to...
chat?
You gotta spell out the word in letters. You can't put the numbers in.
Oh, there you go.
So our first... We got someone with a 14 teen.
14.
That's a number, I guess. So only then does it count. If you don't spell it out, it don't count.
11. I like that one. That's a good one.
Well, fortunately for Hugh, he does get to go mode at least one dungeon out of this entire seed. But yeah, that is... Oh man, I can't get over how, you know, how close this still is. So it could come down to a G-Tower gamble.
Yeah, it absolutely could. If it's just sitting on, oh, I don't know, the right side or something, and Futon decides to go left and full clear that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Especially
could
if it's
a lot better.
If it's like the first 2 chests on the right don't have a small key, then they do the full left. So
Yeah.
it all comes down to this shining moment.
And then, of course, it could just be in the first chest.
Yeah, that could be. And then it's pretty much GG. Felix, can we switch game audio, please?
Can you imagine?
Well, there's my fire shield. Well, not mine. I'm not playing. Now, where's that riot shield? We gotta get the riot shield before we get to Ganon. I mean, come on.
Futon is indeed not checking the right side. So if the big key is over there,
Be a lot closer.
Yeah, could potentially make up a lot of time by running over there first.
Why is this so close? I'm so confused.
He must have had some pretty stellar execution, right?
He must have, yeah. Just
I
little
feel bad for
little
not-
bits of time save here and there. I mean, it was fortunate that even like Ice Palace, he got all 3 keys, or all 3 items like early, so he didn't have to like worry about the double jelly room or anything like that. So, or the big chest.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Is that Is that the sound of G Tower? It's very slight. It's like
Wait.
the slowest of fade-ins. It's like a gentle breeze, just like hitting the back of my ears. A little bit louder. Bring it up.
Well, I can't help but notice there was a 300 rupee drop tower.
Because the last thing we need is more rupees right now. Is there a shop somewhere out in the overworld where we can buy a big key, please?
I could put it in that sweet arrow shop that no one ever goes to or knows about.
The Curiosity Shop?
The one that's in the little forest area south
Like
of
west-
Bunker Cave.
Yeah. The only time you ever use that is when you go to entrance, or if you're playing entrance
Yeah,
shuffle.
pretty much. However, it is the only shop in the game that sells arrows, so if you're super dying for arrows, there you go. Alright, random room chest, let's go. We got nothing.
Oh my
Still
gosh.
nothing.
Where is it?
Futon's still looking for the big key. He was hot on his tail going into G Tower. If he
man.
decides to gamble the right side here, this could be pretty big.
He could pull in the lead.
After all that,
After all that,
this is it. What's he doing? No, he's leaving.
oh! Wow. It's over.
Dark Magician route can still save him.
That's true. But usually, if you do that, you go left first.
That
Maybe
would
he's
make
doing maybe he's doing the VTorp route, where you go to Rando Room, then you mirror out.
Does VTorp do that?
He did it. He did it once.
Oh.
You know,
Once
it's like-
is enough to get a whole route named after you, I suppose.
That was weird. Did you see that? There was an arrow stuck in the Armos, but it didn't kill him.
Hmm.
He didn't like shoot once with his non-silver arrows or something.
It's on the right side.
Oh my god!
That could have been it.
That's like the second race in a row, because like Futon did a race yesterday that I was watching where it was on the right side. He got a small key on the right side, but he still did full left. But that's the thing, you never know. And you know, you play this meta game with yourself when you're in G Tower. Like, okay, let's say my opponent's in G Tower. What do you think they're gonna do? It could also be Tile Room. That's another thing. That it could be Tile Room.
I'm sure a tile room first gamble has paid off before, but I've never seen it.
I think it's happened at least once in this tournament, in the secondary tournament. I didn't see it happen live. I've only heard stories and rumors.
Oh, I like the bomb strats here, which is maybe the vanilla intended way of doing this, is what I feel.
That's not gonna work.
Up a little.
Futon, you have a green potion.
Well. Oh, wait, he doesn't he? What the heck? There's your
Yes!
riot. Why is
Oh.
he... I thought he was going to mirror out. Okay, I got what I wanted out of the riot shield.
Oh, imagine if he did mirror out after getting his riot shield. I mean, it's large and yellow. You know, I could easily see that happen. All right, Futon, first player to move up into the gauntlet section of the G Tower.
If you
Now
spell
it's-
out 19, you're the winner.
It's still not over yet. If Hughes, you know, got the execution that he's been using throughout the rest of the, if he keeps it going, you know, he could make up time, and anything can happen at Ganon. I mean, of course, we have safeties, we have potions, we have swords, we have a lot of stuff to keep ourselves alive in this race, but anything can happen. Those
Oh,
turning nerves can come in, and then all of a sudden you're like doing dumbs left and right,
falling down.
getting Ganon hugged.
Safeties don't save you from falling down the hole.
That is true.
Troll Dorm will decide the winner. Okay, one of these players had a lot of issues on Moldorm. Was it Futon?
He fell 3 times to Troldorm.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, round 2's coming.
That's true. But he does have a gold sword this time. Maybe he'll elect to bring out that cape as well.
Oh yeah, I guess the cape would make that a little trivial, wouldn't it?
Futon does have a green potion, because I remember both players got it in Spiral Cave. Futon electing to walk straight into that enemy to remove his obnoxious sword beams. Don't get that fairy. And Hugh making his way down, going to be getting his riot shield and his big key.
Well, we can only hope. He's not scared to use that half magic. Fire rod everywhere.
All right, Futon's he's got to get through this room. I think he took like 5 BMO shots to the face.
Okay, good. He did get the right shield. And
Okay.
is he gonna get any more? Nope, he's gone.
Nah.
No, you got everything you could ever want.
Oh, here we go. I taught him this. Pull it off.
Oh, waiting for
yes, he did the spin too. Okay, good.
He's gonna bounce off all of them at once. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Sometimes if you get a good second, you can just bop them all. You can get them all. You can get a 1 cycle out of that.
You can like bounce off all of them twice. And
you
that's
spin
amazing.
once and you hit all 3 of them, and then you slash like once, because sometimes they'll like move into the center, and you can actually like ricochet off all 3 of them and get a really quick kill. It's really hilarious, and only really doable if you have the gold sword, obviously. But if you have powder and you need some health, that's the setup. It's really stupid, but I'm glad he did it.
Yeah, I like it. You just kind of wait in that room a little longer to make sure all 3 of them spawn.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, he didn't fall, so I guess it's fine. It's gonna be close. Alright.
Is he gonna go for it? That's a little close.
That was really brave.
It was interesting seeing him just gracefully walk down the aisle to go into the other room instead of dashing, so it's kind of a little close there with that despawn. Gotta be careful. If you go up that stairs, when one of the torches goes out, you can actually despawn all the enemies in this dungeon, including Moldorm, Aga, all that fun stuff, so
Yeah,
gotta be
even if
careful.
you can hover, you're still locked out.
And that's a race killer right there. So, all right, Moldorm 2, 1 slash.
Oh!
Hit him once more.
Okay,
There we go.
Alright.
Hugh electing to use silver strats, only taking down 1 with a silver arrow. And Futon validating his run by not checking the chest. Yes, that's right. That's the new thing, guys. You validate by not checking it.
All the cool kids are doing it. Why
All the
aren't
cool
you?
kids are doing it. So, you guys need to, whatever you're saying in chat is wrong. You have to say the opposite now. Wait, chat is wrong? Never. It's
Yeah,
not a
opposite of
thing.
Dairy Queen. Oh.
Ooh, not a friendly pattern.
Oh. One. Blue.
These blue balls
Blue
popping
ball
in.
messing up everything.
There's a 2. God, this race is still really close. And that goes down, Aga 2. Futon gonna be moving on to the Ganon fight. Let's see how it goes. He's got gold sword, but his health is still, it's a little low. And you gotta be feeling it. This is game 3. Like, there's a lot on the line at this point.
Does he have a blue or red? Or is that just gonna be his health?
I know he has a gold B.
Okay.
And a green potion. I can tell you that.
I think that might have been the only 2 bottles they found.
Oh no. Okay, I wasn't sure if you got the glitch where if a door closes at the same time you bomb that wall, like the animation or the wall doesn't like change sprite. Like it still shows that it's closed, but it's actually open.
Oh, I have seen that before, yeah. Looks very silly. Just have Link walking through the wall there.
Go with the overkill somehow. Just threading the needle.
Oh, 2 hits is all he's got left. With the fire bats are gone, dangerous phase is over.
Hugh taking out Molder and Tube. We're moving on to Aga 2. Real quick. Hugh also validating his... I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna... And if he teleports in, one more hit, and then he's into phase 4. Now, at this point, you just got to be patient, but I'm sure he's got IRC up. He's looking at it. He's worried. He's thinking, oh! All right, that's one.
Teleport from Ganon on top of himself. Don't fall.
Double. Almost a triple. This should be it right here.
That's it.
That's it! That is it! Ganon is down! Futon holding up his sword. Wow. I still can't believe how close of a race this ended up being, despite the fact that Futon got to go mode 4 dungeons. Well, half go mode T-Rock since he did everything but the laser bridge. He go moded ice, he go moded swamp, and go 3.5, I guess. But GG's to Futon. Gonna be moving on to take on the winner of Super Scudge and Zane. Finishing with a time of... Would come out to 145.16. We're going to pull him in real quick. Futon, congratulations on your victory. Imhughbliss is now just entering Ganon.
Oh, that was a close one.
The crazy thing is, you guys were neck and neck going into Pyramid Fairy. You guys had done literally the same thing. Only difference was Hugh full cleared all of Thieves Town at the time, except for that big chest. But the huge deciding factor that changed almost the entire outcome of this game was you getting the Cane of Samaria. He went to Death Mountain first, getting Hammer, Fire Rod. So you got to do T-Rock, Medallion, and Mimic Cave. So despite the fact that you got to go mode both Ice, Swamp, Mire, this ended up being a really close race. And I'm still kind of astonished how close this ended up being. So, but I'd say that was pretty much like the big deciding factor. Got in go mode. He full cleared Swamp, got all 3 items out of Ice, then he went to T-Rock.
That's a pretty big difference for the time.
Yeah.
He's a really good player though, so I'm not really surprised that he could keep up with me, even though I had pretty much the best route you could make on this.
We were actually wondering if he was going to make the right side gamble in G Tower, which would have put him in the lead had he done that. I want to hear, what was your thought process for the full left in G Tower?
I just always go full left. I didn't know what he does. I wanted to do what he does because I felt like I was in the lead, so I wanted to do what he did, but I had no idea, so I just kind of went with what I normally do, which is just always full left.
Gotcha.
I don't go right, so...
Well, fortunately for you, he also made that same play, but that could have been a huge difference maker as well. But yeah, Hugh finishing second place with a time of 147.17, so roughly 2 minutes and 1 second apart between these two racers, deciding the Game 3 match. Wow. Mikan.
Yo, how you doing? That was pretty crazy.
That was a crazy race. That, we were wondering, like, you guys did all that stuff in the Light World just to still have to do Aga Tower. And we were wondering, like, with Pyramid Fairy being accessible as soon as you finish Aga Tower, we were like, please, just route all the way there. Go do that next. But it's a good thing you didn't, because that Ice Rod in Skull Woods, is obviously extremely important. Gold Sword was nice. Anything else that you guys found along the way? I mean, powder in a bottle in the first 4 chests of Thieves Town. But I think the rest was just chump change and rupees. We got a lot of rupees this race.
Yeah, I don't remember getting anything on the way aside from that. And I was kind of glad I went to Eastern for the rupees because I got to do all of Zora with that, but I don't think it paid off.
No, well, yeah, because you ended up having to go back there once the bow was found in Hyrule Castle. So Imhughbliss got to do all of Eastern at once because he did Hyrule before going to... He did South Shore and Hyrule before going to...
I figured he'd do that. I don't like my early game. I think I have to change the way I do it, but yeah.
It wasn't really that detrimental because of the pod mirror into Eastern anyway. So it wasn't too bad. Now, Mikon brought this up. We were both talking about this. After you guys finished Pod, and after you finished Eastern and then went back into the Dark World, you had the option of saving and quitting to just teleport to the top of the pyramid. But, of course, nobody thinks about that. The only time they think about it is when they forget to do that. They forget that that happens, and then they complain about it.
Yeah, that's never on my mind.
Yeah.
I was just worried I'd do that while I was trying to route in my go mode stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I decided just mirror and flute every time. Never save and quit again.
Mm-hmm.
Agnum's dead. Save and quit's not allowed anymore.
There was also the idea, once we got Hookshot in Pod, of, you know, this opened up all of West Death Mountain. But what if there's something up in East Dark World? Or, excuse me, we opened up all of West Dark World. What if there's something up in East Death Mountain? And then it ended up being the hammer and the fire rod, which you guys could have had super early, but it actually worked out in your favor not getting it until then, because otherwise you would have full cleared Skull, got the green pendant from Mothula. Probably both of you would have full cleared Thieves Town for sure. And then who knows, you could have gone into Swamp and full cleared that, or gone into Ice Palace and full cleared that after Pyramid Fairy. So
my deciding factor on not doing the Back of Thieves was I knew there was only one item remaining, and I didn't have the hammer, so it was either like a 1 in 3 chance of it being in the big chest, and then after that, I'm only getting one item anyways, so it didn't seem worth it.
Guess where it was?
Big chest?
It was in the big chest. We never saw it. Yeah, Hugh did go ahead and clear all of Thieves the first time he was in there. So it was interesting. We saw you pull out the mirror, and then you kept walking, and like, Futon?
Yeah, I was like, oh, I should keep going. I don't want a mirror right now. And then I checked my menu real quick and was like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem worth my time.
Nice. Well, congratulations on your victory. Good luck in the next round. Moving on to top 16, taking on the winner of Zane Super Scudge. So
that's where I'll stop.
Right now, the standing currently is Zane has one race, the game one between the two of them. So next race is going to be Sunday. So, but either way, congrats. Look forward to watching that. Look forward to seeing more from you in the future. Congratulations to you, and GG, of course, to imhughbliss on proving that you don't have to go mode dungeons to keep it close. And I think that's going to do it for us here on ALTTP R Randomizer for now.